Welcome back, guys, to Canadian Yoga here, and we are doing a follow-up video regarding the United States Women's National Soccer Team. And on last week, Friday and Thursday, Friday last week, around Thanksgiving time, the U.S. National Women's Soccer Team traveled to Europe to face England and the Netherlands, and we're going to be covering a couple of those games in this video. So here's to bring you some updates regarding. So there is a article that is written on JustWomenSports.com, dated December 2nd, 2024, and in that match between the United States and England, the United States actually settled for a draw with England at Wembley, in Wembley, England. So it says here in the article, Saturday's hotly anticipated matchup between the number one world ranked U.S. national women's soccer team and number two ranked England at London's Wembley Stadium was short on fireworks as the two international powerhouses settled for a 0-0 draw. The U.S. snagged the stat sheet's edge on possession, overall shots, and shots on target, but the rival squads combined for just 4 shots on frame, 3 from the States and 1 from the Lionesses throughout the cagey clash. Emma Hayes is the coach. The coach of the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team said, quote, "Our mentality is that we have to be better than that," after the match. And she says, continuing, "and that is what we will be demanding from the team." So Hayes fielded an experienced backline and midfield on Saturday with 9 2024 Olympic gold medalists in the U.S. National Women's Soccer Team starting 9. The two starters not on last summer's Paris roster were forwards Alyssa Thompson and Emma Seitz, who headed up a youthful front line as the team's triple espresso trio took this camp off of international duty. One of the Paris gold medalists may have had her final U.S. national team start. Number one goalkeeper Alicia Naher recorded her 69th international clean sheet in Saturday's draw after announcing her impending national team retirement last week. On the other hand, U.S. Women's National Team youth star Ali Sentnor earned her first senior cap on Saturday after entering late in the second half. The 20-year-old is now the 8th player aged 21 or older to appear for the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team in 2024, the most in a calendar year since 2002. Sentnor is now one of only 2 U.S. Women's National Soccer Team players to earn their first caps in London's iconic Wembley Stadium, joining Thompson, who earned her debut at 17 years old in October 2022. The U.S. Women's National Soccer Team rounds out their European trip against the Netherlands on Tuesday at 2:45 p.m. with live coverage on TNT. So that is it for the Women's United States Women's National Soccer Team, and I'm doing a follow-up article to add in this video as well, with covering the trip to the Netherlands. And in this matchup that the United States Women's National Soccer Team had against the Netherlands, the United States actually defeated the Netherlands with a score of 2-1. And in this article, it says here from the CBSSports.com, the Netherlands versus U.S. Women's National Soccer Team score. So the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team finished 2024 on high on Tuesday, scrapping together a 2-1 win at Netherlands to extend their unbeaten run to 20 games. The visitors survived a poor first half, with the Netherlands having nearly 60% possession and outshooting the U.S. Women's National Team 14-1. The U.S. seemed unable to cope with the Netherlands' press and had a passing accuracy of just 76.4% in the first half, much of which they spent down a goal. The hosts were rewarded for their bright start with a goal in the 15th minute from the 18-year-old Verliel Berman, who scored off a corner. Even as the hosts racked up shots, a combination of heroics from the U.S. women's national team veteran Alyssa Naher in her final international appearance and their own wastefulness created openings for Hayes' side. As a result, the visitors were able to go in on the break on level terms thanks to a surprise own goal from Berman in the 44th minute. Hayes made a handful of personal changes throughout the second half, carving their way back into the game as the Netherlands' spark disappeared during the second half. The more even pace of the game eventually benefited the U.S. women's national team, who found the go-ahead goal courtesy of substitute Lynn Williams in the 71st minute. The pass from the goal came from her New Jersey, Gotham FC teammate Yasmin Ryan, who notched her first international assist. Lily Johans, the much-hyped 17-year-old midfielder, played her first game for the U.S. women's national team since choosing to represent them over the Netherlands. Her substitution, along with fellow midfielder Hal Hirschfeld and forward Alyssa Thompson in the 67th minute, offered new energy as the U.S. women's national team successfully looked for a go-ahead goal. The U.S. women's national team returned for a training camp in January that will feature veterans and rising talents, and their competitive schedule resumes in February with the She Believes Cup. Continuing, it says here, the U.S. women's national team played their first half of soccer since Hayes took over in June during the first 45 minutes in The Hague, requiring the head coach to make tactical adjustments before halftime and then later making several international substitutions. Hayes did not mince words post-game as she reflected on the team's win. Coach Hayes said, quote, "Of course, I was disappointed with the way we played in the first half because, listen, if we're not going to be at our best with the ball, we better be at our best without it. And I thought we got bullied and harassed, and that frustrated me a bit. When I got the opportunity to regroup, I just adapted so that we could build in a 3 just to buy us a little more time and space. They were player for player everywhere, and the Dutch should have been up 2-0 in the first half. We were fortunate to come in at halftime, meaning even the score 1-1. She praised the halftime substitutes Williams and Emily Sonnet, who were just one part of the tactical reset that allowed them to capitalize when the Netherlands were unable to come in to the second half with the same intensity that they brought in the first half. Coach Hayes says, quote, I made the adjustment of changes because I wanted to bring Sonnet's leadership back into the back line just to give us the opportunity to be able to get Tierna, Davidson, and Sonnet, either of them, and Naomi Germa in possession, and then Lynn in just to stretch the line out. We all know that Lynn Williams is the best sub in the world, and she came into the game with it when the team really needed to stretch out a little bit, and I felt like the second half we got our foot stuck in which for me is like the basics. So I'm pleased we got that part right, but we also rode our luck. I'm not sitting here and saying we were the better team, but you can still win football matches and not be at your best. And I thought today we demonstrated by not being at our best, both in and out of possession, but finding a way to win is a sign of a great team. So guys, that is what we have from coming from this article here. And there's a quote from Alyssa Naher. This is going to be um, her last show, appearance here for the women's national team. And she says, speaking on this last match with her, she says, "I wanted to go out on a high." She said post-match, "This decision wasn't a decision I made overnight. Wasn't something that I just decided on a whim. Part of why I've been able to play with so much extra joy and smiles and really enjoyed this year even more is that I really felt like it was the last time. You wait until the end and you want to reassess and reevaluate based on how the year goes. But I feel like in my heart, I would love to keep going. In my head and both in my body and mind, I feel like it's the right time, and then I think it's the time with this team as well as it builds towards the future and it builds toward 2027. This environment and this team is an incredible team to be a part of, but it's also really hard and really challenging in a lot of ways as well, I think. And I feel like I've been given everything I have to give for this team, and that's why I feel at peace with that. So, guys, we have the retirement from Alyssa Naher, who will be moving on to different things in her career. I definitely give her the congratulations to her. Wish her all the best. And so, guys, this is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.